Oh. Oh. It's Galaxy. Honestly, like, big brain, like, not even big brain move, expected. Like, this is like the biggest, like, you know, like, how do we say, one of the best ideas you could have? Bring just two of the best Nintendo games to the Switch. You know, the first one's already on Switch, right? I did a Let's Play of it on the Switch. So, I wonder, like, is it the same version or is it upgraded? It looks good. It looks good. But then again, the upgraded version of 1 looked really good too. I've already played 1 and 2 on the channel. I don't know if people want to see me play it again on 1 or 2, but I love this boss. It's not really a boss, really, isn't it? But yeah, it's a really, really good two games. Oh my god, look at Rosita. Yeah, this just like makes sense. Like, oh my god, this game is so good. It does look a little bit upgraded in my opinion, for sure. It just makes sense. This just makes perfect sense to me. Oh, the music. I think this is just a fantastic idea. That's what it is. It's just a fantastic idea. Great stuff. Great stuff. Just honestly, here's the thing. It's one of those things, like, I owned the first one. I played both of them. But this is just... There's no better idea when it comes to, like, remastering a Mario game. Just two of the greatest Mario games in the world. You know? Just makes perfect sense. And look, Rosalina's there too. It just makes perfect sense. Like, beyond everything, it makes perfect sense. It would be silly not to. Goodbye to those who met on this journey. I will cherish them race forever. On those who will meet on the next journey. Hello, I love you, Rosalina, so much. I hope you know. Okay. Oh, okay, so I can just buy Galaxy 2, so I'm wondering if they are the same version that I got already, that I have on the Switch. We'll see. But I'm sure, like, someone will do a video on it.
That's right.
It just makes sense.
The games that share the movies
It just makes perfect sense.
Super Mario Galaxy and
I've never
Super
seen the
Mario
movies, but, like,
Galaxy 2.
I played the Galaxy games.
I'll turn it over to the original director for Super Mario Galaxy, Koizumi-san.
Koizumi, okay.
Hi. Hey, hello everyone. I'm Yoshiaki Koizumi. From here, I'll introduce the games that will be released as part of
Perfect.
the
Yeah,
Super Mario Brothers
there's nothing else I can say that it looked amazing and just makes perfect
First,
sense.
The two games you just saw were developed around the idea of what Mario's adventures would be like in space.
It's fantastic stuff.
The planets have gravity, and seeing Mario not fall off of them while upside down was very impressive.
It is an impressive game still.
The second game also returns 15 years after its original release on Wii.
15
in Rosalina's
years.
library, you can read a storybook. It's now in both games, and
Whoa.
we've also added new pages. We hope you're looking forward to that as well.
Updated pages is a really cool thing. Our story begins
In
a very, very
addition,
long...
The storybook will be available as a real-life product.
Wow.
The new pages I mentioned won't be included.
What?
But more details.
What?
including the
Why
release
not?
date, will be
I guess they want
available
to
on
keep the
My
original
Nintendo
intact,
Store
maybe?
website later today. So please check that
Possibly
out.
they want to keep the original intact for, like, collectors, maybe?
Super Mario Galaxy plus Super Mario Galaxy 2 will launch on Nintendo Switch, but you can play these games on Nintendo Switch too. Many other Mario titles are also available on Nintendo Switch, so if there's one you haven't played yet, why not take the opportunity to try it?
They're good.
Ready for some killer fun in the sun?
What? Wait,
Are you
Two?
okay?
two?
You seem pretty out of it.
Originally released
What is
over
this?
10 years ago,
Look at
Danganronpa
this!
2, Goodbye Despair is making the ultimate
What's that
comeback.
animation? Is this is all
While on a school
updated?
trip to Jabberwock Island, you and your classmates are trapped.
What are
in
you
a
talking
murder
about?
escape. After each deadly incident, a heated class trial will begin.
What is?
In
Look at
high-speed
this! Wait, this is
detective
definitely
action,
updated,
you'll
right?
shoot down contradictions and counter opponents
Oh
to
my
reveal the
freaking
truth.
god!
And
What does that mean? What does that mean?
Along with the
What are you
main
doing?
game, an additional story is included.
What?
One incident will trigger an entirely new scenario with different victims
What?
and culprits.
There's a second scenario?
Wait is over. The next class trial is about.
There's an alternate story?
Danganronpa 2x2.
Oh, we are
launches on
playing it.
Nintendo Switch 2
Oh my
and Nintendo
God.
Switch systems next year.
What? Did you see how updated it was?
Make history in the Three Kingdoms.
They said there's gonna be a new scenario with. This looks sick as well. There's gonna be a new scenario with new.
Nintendo Switch 2.
What they say? New
The Three Kingdoms. An era of
victims,
warring
which means that
factions.
changes everything. That means there's a scenario where there's gonna be characters who died in the original two that are gonna survive in this one.
Sun Jian or Liu Bei on your journey to become a true
Oh my
warrior.
freaking god! Are you kidding me?
Your
Are you
choices will
kidding me?
influence your story
Sorry, I'm
and may
yeah.
even alter
I wasn't even recording a video. I just had the mic turned on, like.
Plus,
Well, I was taking a break in between recordings, by the way. It wasn't supposed to be like a video or anything.
choose a different path and experience
Oh my
new
God.
developments that weren't in the main story. Walk your own path and become
This looks sick as well, by the way.
a one-man army.
Like, I love the character designs. But Danganronpa 2x2, that means there is like, it's a
Origins
it's a
and the
remaster
DLC, both launched
of
on Nintendo Switch 2,
Danganronpa with like new
January
updates,
22nd.
a new scenario, new animations, new visuals, new
Things are now
locations.
intertwined.
Is that Monster Hunter? I am... Guys, I'm there. Day one. Day one with Danganronpa 2x2. Day one with Danganronpa 2x2. Are you kidding me? Holy hell.
Welcome to the sprawling world of Monster Hunter, where all sorts of monsters.
I'm sorry, I feel
live.
so bad because like this is obviously a big announcement. Like, it's, like not this is a big announcement. This is already announced, but the two games here look fantastic as well. By the way,
Climb cliffs.
my heart is pounded. Did you see those visuals? They changed, like they updated a lot.
And fly through the air as you freely explore.
Guys, we can
the
do a
map.
second Danganronpa 2. We can play Danganronpa 2 when it's a separate
However, a strange
scenario.
phenomenon that causes petrification now threatens the world.
I'm not gonna say who survived and died just in case there's people who are watching this and want to play, but yeah, that's amazing,
Find the
guys.
source of the
Is this Fire Emblem?
Bold warriors,
It feels very Fire Emblem-esque,
draw
right?
now upon your strength.
Great character designs.
Fast to the devotion in your beating hearts. Hear me now as I declare that the heroic games have begun.
What is this? I got Fire Emblem vibes, but like I'm not sure anymore. Oh my, these character designs are. Oh, this looks fantastic.
My father's life.
It's Fire Emblem. Oh my god. This guy, Kai, is it? Looks a great hairstyle. Oh, this music as well.
Is a great strength. An unyielding strength.
Very cool stuff.
Sheer strength to uphold the faith I hold dear. Above all.
I think I haven't played the last Fire Emblem. I played Three Houses on the channel as well, and it was amazing. I've been kind of missing Fire. Oh my god, look at that character. Very great design.
I face it again. I must
Really pretty design, honestly.
There's
Oh
a
my
man
God.
I hate so much that simply killing him will not satisfy me.
Oh my god. They're like introducing character by character here?
Refuse to die.
Oh my, there's so much emotion in this trailer. I didn't expect to like
blood is served in a crude
feel it, like chills.
Let you deny me
Cool
my
mask.
feelings? I refuse to.
The animations are fantastic.
Not now.
For those who stand upon the final stage, I shall grant whatever wish you may desire.
These designs are impeccable.
say
They're so
I,
impeccable.
divine sovereign, that's
Look at
how I
this.
bow to you.
Fire Emblem, Fortune's Weave. Okay, that looked awesome. That looks sick. That looks so sick.
Years were long, weren't they?
What? What?
Have you forgotten me so soon?
What are you doing there? 2026. Okay, so I think this is a a big reason to buy the Switch 2. Click. So let's just talk about all the stuff that I reacted to here. First of all, I know that like people might be like, oh, I wish we got a full reaction to the Direct. Really, I just watched this on my break in between recording videos. This was a big week for recording videos, and there was a lot to record. On the day that I actually recorded this reaction, I was in between like already 4 hours of recording, and possibly I didn't know it was going to be, but it ended up being like another like 2.5 to 3 hours after that. So obviously like it was one of those things where I couldn't give you like the best reaction or takes. So I just kind of like had my cup of tea, turned on the mic, and was there anything that was like really caught my interest, I reacted to it as well. Like some people might say like, what about the Mario movie? I never saw the first Mario movie. It's a cool idea, by the way. That's my thoughts on it. It's a cool idea for the Mario Galaxy movie, and it's an amazing idea for the tie-in. And that's my thoughts on Mario Galaxy, by the way. I don't know if I'm going to get them myself because I already own Mario Galaxy 1. And I got that in the collection, and the All-Stars collection years ago. And I already played Mario Galaxy 2 like pretty recently. It was like, what, 2023 was it? 2023? 2022? It was pretty recently, and I know that's not recent in like YouTube terms. If people like want to see me play it, I have no problem getting it for the channel, and then we play Mario Galaxy 2. I have no problem with that whatsoever. Because again, it's one of those things where like it's one of those things I would not mind playing it, but I'm worried that people might be like, oh, it's very recent. It looked crisp, it looked clean. I know that like it's one of those situations as well where like I don't really understand fully. And here's the thing, I'm not gonna be like, you guys know I don't like harping on like the idea of like, oh, this game costs this much and this game costs this much. Because usually like it's like one of those things where it's like you can't change that. But obviously like I got the original collection for $60 with Mario Galaxy 64 and Sunshine, and now to buy Mario Galaxy 1 separate, it's $40, right? €40. Which is interesting to me because it's like, okay, so does that mean that like price wise, Sunshine and 64 are 10 would be 10 each? We know they wouldn't be. If they re-release those on their own, they're not going to be in terms of the remastered versions. But I still think like, here's the thing, right? Regardless of the price, they're superb games. If you're someone who hasn't played those games before, you're going to have a really good time with those games, and you're going to really enjoy them. That's what I would say. You're going to really, really enjoy them. Galaxy 1 is like out of this world game. Galaxy 2 is also very, very good as well. They're really, really great games. And honestly, like it's a really like smart idea to put these with the movie. It's just really smart. It's like, to me, it's like, just a no-brainer. It's like, we're making a Mario Galaxy movie. Let's make a Mario Galaxy. Let's re-release the Galaxy games. It kind of reminds me of what you used to do. Like, hey, like we released the movie Space Chimps. Let's put a tie-in game that releases 2 weeks later. So anyone who loves Space Chimps gets to play the Space Chimps game. I'm talking about the Space Chimps game because it's actually very good. It's a very good platformer. But yeah, like crisp, clean, good. Fire Emblem Fortune's Weave. Character design's really, really great. Right? Almost instantly, like I realized they were Fire Emblem like everyone else did. I love the color coding of the hair all the time. Kai has such a great design. There's so many great designs like within all these designs. But it's Fire Emblem, so like the way I always look at Fire Emblem all the time is that it is great designs, great gameplay, really fun games. And I haven't played them all, by the way. Like I played Birthright. I've played Shadows of Valencia for a bit. I haven't finished Shadows of Valencia. I played Fire Emblem Three Houses 2 Roots. I played the Golden Deers and the Blue Lions. And I haven't played Engage. And I haven't played any Fire Emblem since playing those games. But it's one of those things where like it looked really cool. It looked like a fantastic RPG. It looked like something that the colors are great. The design is great. The art style is really pretty. It's just something I think I would enjoy. When I instantly saw it, I was like, what's Fire Emblem? And like, it's one of those things where it's like, it just looks great. It just looks fantastic. It looks like a game that you get engrossed in. It's right up my alley in terms of design. I actually think it's a really good idea to end the direct with Fire Emblem Three Houses. Not Three Houses, it's on the brain, guys. Fortune's Weave. My reasoning is this. I think that the Mario was a great opening. I think it's a fantastic opening. Perfect. Perfect opening to your direct. People might say, oh, well, you could do Danganronpa 2x2 as the ending. It wasn't that big of a trailer, and also Nintendo putting a third-party game that's not their own game as like their closer is something that they probably have done before, but I feel like in this case is one of those things where like Danganronpa fans, when they saw that, went nuts. Like, we were like, oh my god, this is amazing, right? This is incredible. But I feel like it's one of those situations where, like, people who don't play Danganronpa will go, oh, it's Danganronpa. Oh, that was the ending? You know what I mean? Even though for Danganronpa fans, that's insane. That's insane. But for non-Danganronpa fans, it's like, oh, okay, I guess. You know, so maybe that's not what you do here. Now, the reason why I think Fire Emblem 3, I keep saying Three Houses, Fortune's Weave is great for an ending here is because it's two things. First of all, it actually is a great franchise. It's a great franchise of games. It's exciting. It's new. It showcases a new game for the Nintendo Switch that is going to be coming out soon. And not only will Fire Emblem fans be excited about this, but I feel like non-Fire Emblem fans can understand, even people that never played Fire Emblem before understand that this is like a game that is beloved. It is a big deal. It is one of those games that has the potential to become even bigger on the Switch 2 and the Switch respectively. So I think it's one of those situations where it works like that. It's also a case where if you want to, perception is everything when it comes to selling games. It is. And if you put Fire Emblem Fortune's Weave in the middle of the Direct, it showcases, it's really freaking cool, and Fire Emblem fans are going to be really enamored by it. But it's it's not going to be seem as important. But if you put it at the end of a Direct, now it's people who don't even play Fire Emblem oh, this is a big deal? You know what I mean? This is okay. This is the end of the Direct. You're putting Fire Emblem. There must be they're treating it as a big game. And if you want your game to seem big, you put it as the end of the Direct. And it was the one more thing. Here's Fire Emblem Fortune's Weave. And it did feel big for me, who's someone who's played a few Fire Emblem games. Fire Emblem fans were going nuts over it. So I do think it was a good decision to put that at the end for Fire Emblem's sake, and also as a game that is a new game. It's fresh. It's brand new. It's an exciting announcement. I thought it was a perfect ending to that as well. But yeah, look great, look fantastic. Really enjoyed that too. The big one I think is Danganronpa 2x2 for me. When I saw this, I was so shocked. You can even hear me take a breath at the start of the video because I was literally just as I said, I was having a sip of tea and I was watching this stuff as well, and you could even hear I was not expecting something like that to happen. It was pretty freaking massive. And the reason why it's massive is because this is going to change Danganronpa 2 in a way that hasn't really happened with a Danganronpa game. The question that Danganronpa fans, I feel always ask is, what if a different person died this time? What if it was a different killer? What if a choice really changed everything? And it seems that's what's going to happen here. The idea of different killers and different victims, to non-Danganronpa fans might sound oh, that's going to be a really fun thing you can do. And it is. It's going to be a really fun sequence of events. It's going to change the sequence of events. It's going to be different characters and stuff as well. So again, to a non-Danganronpa fan hearing that, it's oh, cool, new scenario. That's interesting. But to a Danganronpa fan, that's everything. Because everyone knows the pain of a character going too soon. Everyone knows the pain of having your favorite character die right in front of you. Everyone knows the what it's like to want to spend more time with a character within the main story and then not being able to. And not only that, but also there's characters that you don't like that survive. There's characters that sometimes feel they get away with something or something like that. It's always a very interesting prospect in that idea. They're oh, this character probably had more to offer, but obviously it's the way the story went. And again, by the way, I'm not saying that I think the way Danganronpa 2 story goes, it's one of those situations where it's I love that game to death. I think so highly of it, but also there's always what if questions in the Danganronpa fans' mind where it's what if someone survived? What if this person survived? And it's not ever to me no Danganronpa fan when they're saying this is oh, I hate the story, I wish this person survived. It's more just that's a bummer, but again, it's still a good story. You know what I mean? This time around, having different characters in each scenario changes what could happen, even if you had a similar moment. Putting different Danganronpa characters in similar moments. Let's say you have a moment where everyone's walking to the store together. The walk to the store is so different, right? Depending on which characters is with you. It is so different. The situations that you get into, you have different solutions. You have different ideas. You have different panics, different personalities, all coming into this one moment that changes everything. It changes absolutely everything. I want you to think of your favorite game of the world and take out all your favorite characters in there and then replace them with characters that died in the first few moments. It's hard to even think about, and that's what's so exciting. It's something I feel Danganronpa fans have talked about for years. What if you could prevent someone's death? What if someone else dies instead? What if this person survives for much longer? What if this person survives in the end? And I've already gotten that from people who were replying to me about this stuff, where they're what if this character survives? What if, it's an exciting thing for a Danganronpa fan. But not only that, you could have different relationships by the end of this. You could have different friendships. The example I would give is there's characters at the start of this game who in Danganronpa 2 who just die and you never hear from them again and they don't get to really develop their character within the story. Can you imagine if by the end of it we adore them greatly and they're our best friend? You know what I mean? No spoilers, of course, like for who dies at the start. I'm never going to say that. But think of it that way. Like, it's like such an interesting prospect. It's going to change the game. If it does, like if the way they're saying it is like with there's different victims, different killers, it could change like every single aspect of like that game. It's a new game. It's a second game. Like, and with other games, it's like, oh, just different choices within the one game. But like within a game like Danganronpa, it is like legitimately like a different game if there's different characters there. It is completely different. Like, I don't know how. Again, I'm not saying any names of who died, by the way, or who would survive, but like it is a mind-blowing prospect that I cannot wait to try. Like, because again, I'm gonna go in completely blind to this. Obviously, like I'm gonna like play it like just like with all you guys as well. We're gonna be playing the game, obviously, but I cannot wait for the idea of. Now, here's the thing. I also want to say this too. I cannot wait for the idea of like seeing who's gonna survive, right? But also who's gonna die. How scary is that? Characters we love that survived could die in the first moment. Like, that would that's what makes, again, as a Danganronpa fan, it's equal parts beautiful and terrifying. You know what I mean? What's gonna happen? And that's like, I feel like Tokyo Games and like Kodaka all over. It's like, wow, this game is beautiful, but oh boy, I'm scared. And I love that as well, because like the reaction to seeing Nagito has been almost universal. Where it's like, and then again, outside the Danganronpa fandom, they won't understand this, right? And I'm not really in the fandom, but I play the games, right? I don't really involve in the fandom, but like, from like a lot of people's reactions to Nagito, it's like I screamed, I was terrified, I nearly exploded, because you would watch someone like react to like, Nagito come up on screen, and so, like the general reaction sometimes is like, oh no, you know what I mean? But that oh no has so much meaning in it. It's here we go again. I'm excited. What do they mean? What is Nagito doing, you know? Whereas, like, to outsiders, it's like, oh, he really hates this game. No, it's like, or he hates this character. It's like, no, it's just like, this character means something. You know what I mean? This character is like the thorn in our side that everyone kind of like, you know, accepts and likes. You know what I mean? This is a character that scares us, but also we want to know more about, you know? I think it's such an interesting thing to add to this as well. I'm more than excited for this. I can't wait to see what this is going to entail. There's not much else I'm going to talk about. I'm not going to be watching any other trailers on this after this. I'm just going to play it when it comes out. I'm just going to play it. And I'm very excited to play this. I'm not going to give any predictions of who I want to live and who I want to die, because here's the problem. There's people who watch my channel who watch playthroughs that don't even, you know, that don't, that haven't played the games, and I want to, like, you know, make sure that they get to see this too. And you could say, Calvin, well, then okay, just do like a spoiler section. I'll also say this as well. Like, I think it would take me time to think about who I'd want to survive. That's what Danganronpa is so interesting, right? Because I can go to guess, right? If I say this person survives, right, at the killing, that means another person is going to die, right? And that thought is scary. You know, if I say like this, I want this person to live and this person to live and this person to live, and it's like, okay, and in what context then? Because like like I can take out the chalkboard and be like, well, if this person lives, right, that means this person never killed him. That means the two of them are still alive in the second chapter. Okay, interesting. Okay. But then, does that mean the person who died in the fifth chapter is alive here? Does that mean this person died and this person killed him? What if this person killed this person? There's a multiple million possibilities, and all of them scare me. You know, there's some characters, of course, that like I will admit that I don't want to survive. That I wish that their deaths could stay, you know, wink, wink. But that's the interesting part about this. I think Danganronpa fans are excited about this for that idea that this is going to be, I feel like, a whole new game. Now, I also want to talk about as well this idea that like 2x2 could be 4, Danganronpa 4. I'm interested in that idea. I think it's very it makes sense that they would do something like this. They love doing stuff like this. I mean, they did it with V3, right? They changed the idea of the title halfway through the game. It could be like all of a sudden it becomes a sequel. It could become Danganronpa 4, or it could just be like it's 2x2, as in like it's 2 and also another 2 as well, a second scenario for 2. I'm gonna let you guys like kind of tell me what you think about that, because I've heard those theories and I've seen them like in passing. But yeah, I wonder where it's going to go with that stuff. And guys, that's all I got to really say today. Like, I don't really have like many other thoughts other than that. I think it looks really cool. I'm excited for it. The updates look really great. I think it's going to feel like a new experience. I think it's even going to be one of those things that like people who haven't played Danganronpa 2 can play this and they're going to have a really cool experience with it too, because it's made by the same people who actually, I think, made Danganronpa. Which is great. That's how you do a remake. Resident Evil remake, it was made by the same person that made Resident Evil, right? That's awesome. That's how that's the ideal situation for a remake. I think that's fantastic. Yeah, this is amazing. For people outside Danganronpa, this is an incredible moment. For people that have played Danganronpa, I don't think I have to say much more. TIE Fighter 2, Jamie Bull, Janet Banana, The Ghost of Inazuma, Felicius Felix, Yuld, Radish, Anusta, Link Smarky, Assassin, True Peanut Butter, Peter Shelson, Leon, High Kasperian, and the highest tier of my YouTube, Royal Gamer 7 and Blasco, and I'll see you all so soon. Bye-bye. Something so small as well, I actually am kind of excited to see like moving sprites, even though they never need them. The sprites are always fantastic. I think it's going to add another layer of like personality to them maybe in some way. And again, if they do it right, because I feel like the personality was already there with them. But there's so much opportunities to do some like interesting stuff with that as well. It's one of those things where like I think it might be divisive where people like the singular sprites, which again I love, just simplistic, not simplistic, but like just like focusing on the art style of the sprite. But it looks the way they're doing it with the sprites, it could be like a mix of both, where it's like still focusing on the very 2D aspects of the beautiful sprites that they have, but then also adding some motion to them as well. Like Tanaka's laugh, for example, was like there as well, and I wonder if that's what they're going to do with that too. It seems like the spaces in the actual world are more like 3D, not 3D, but they're more like realized. You can move around more of them like in more of a 3D space. And I wonder like if every area is going to have like a new updated feel to it as well. And the trials to me, maybe I'm just seeing things, but they looked a bit updated too. And that's something that's going to be exciting too, right? To see like all the different updates, even though it's like one of those things where Danganronpa 2, I need people to understand, beautiful character design, beautiful art style, looks amazing even now. It's interesting to see like what the different color schemes and updated places and visuals and sprites are going to look like. It's an interesting thing, right? I don't think it's going to erase the original, by the way. I don't think that's how it should ever work. It's just one of those things where like they can both be on the shelf at the same time, and then people will figure out which one they like the most.